about 2 weeks and made, some great money doing it. But as I want to get this call started, I want everybody to open up the chat, be really involved in the chat, and let's shoot your gratitude, your goals, your end of the month goals all into the chat. And let's just respond and acknowledge everybody. Definitely my end of the month goal is to qualify for Punta Cana. So I can see all of you guys in Punta Cana. That will be really exciting for me. I'm currently at about 2,600 volume points. So I'm going to bust my butt this next week. Not only in the club, Jackson Nutrition, this will be about my second week there, but also retail, because like everybody says, you can't just rely on a club for your volume points. So let's shoot for that retail as well. So I see everybody shooting that in the chat. It's awesome. Yesterday was an amazing STS up in West Parks, June Success Saturday. I can't speak. Definitely my first biggest event that I have gone to other than the Project Clee. So it was just absolutely amazing to be able to sit there and just listen to everybody and how this business has changed everybody's lives. It was absolutely amazing. I actually woke up and just felt so grateful to be in this spot. So grateful, for everybody in my life, for all of you guys. I mean, some of you guys, I don't even really know that well, but I'm just super grateful you're all in my life, because it's just you add so much to this company. I actually sent Taylor and Lindsay and everybody else a big, huge message about how grateful I was and that they brought Jackson Nutrition down to me. So we're going to get this call started off. What we're going to do is we're going to play a little popcorn. We're going to pop around, and I want to hear everybody's biggest takeaway from yesterday. So definitely my biggest takeaway from yesterday, which I need to work on, is, reaching out to clients, getting back into all of that. I still work a full-time job, which I would love to quit here very soon. But I do need to get better with reaching out to my clients, staying on the chats, staying on the calls, making sure I'm at all the events, which so far I have, but I do kind of slack as far as the chats go. I mean, sometimes I wake up and I got 500 messages and it's wow, this is a lot. So definitely, something I need to work on is my biggest takeaway is how important each of the events are, how important it is to stay in the chats, how important it is to stay up to date with everything. So that was my biggest takeaway. So we're going to start with, I'm actually going to shoot to Taylor, and Taylor's going to start this thing off, and then one at a time we can just come off mute and we can just take our biggest takeaways from yesterday. I just want to keep this to 30 seconds. Definitely want to hear from everyone. So we're all aligned with that. If we are all aligned with that, just about 30 seconds, we're going to play popcorn. I want all of you to put a 1 in the chat. And then we are going to get started with Taylor, who's going to share her biggest takeaway from yesterday.
Hi guys. Wow, that's really good. Actually, we'll dive into that a little bit deeper of the importance of the chats. But my biggest takeaway was honestly from the retail and recruiting panel. Actually, Kira touched on it. So she gets really connected to her clients, and her clients then convert to coaches. And so she knows every one of her clients, stories of why they want Hustle and Heart, what they want, the result out of it. And then also how much weight they have lost or how much muscle they have gotten. So I'm actually taking that on, and tonight I'm going to do a journal of all of my clients in the past and why they wanted to get started and if they got the results and how can we enhance it to the next level. So I'm going to popcorn Mariana.
Hold on, sorry. All right, hello. So I have my daughter in here with me, so excuse me if you hear some squeaking. But yeah, yesterday was, I get very emotional at every event, but yesterday, I felt like I was emotional the entire time. So probably the biggest thing for me, biggest takeaway I got from yesterday was the fact that this is literally, hold on, no, mommy, hold on to me. She wanted to put her input in too. But yesterday when Jay was talking, and he was talking about how this is the time right now, and what you do right now is going to show up 90 days from now, and even how you're acting right now is what you're pushing for 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. And all the work that's showing up now is from the work that we did in the past. So show up as yourself 5 years from now versus showing up as your present self. Because honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I have a lot of growing to do myself as well, but I've grown a lot since my past 10 months of being in the business. So seeing myself, so I need to start becoming in the universe to just crush that. Deja also pointed that out as well yesterday, and just continue to love on every single person. So I'm going to pass it to Lindsay.
What's up, guys? I gotta say that one of my biggest takeaways from yesterday, it's something that KO touched on and something that Jay touched on. A lot of people spoke on it, and just kind of reassured myself ultimately that like results warrant more results. Whatever the result is, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever that result is that you're seeking and that you're getting, it's going to get more results. And it's actually funny, like I have in my notes here something that KO said, and he said, people don't do what you say, they do what you do. And it's crazy that he said that, but because before I started this org and got involved, like I didn't start it, let me just hold back. Before I got started in this org, just want to come correct. I had wrote down a quote that said, it was about a father to a son. It said, my son, and it was in a book that I read, it said, my son isn't going to be what I tell him to be. He's going to be who I am. And so like that kind of coming full circle for me, and just allowing me and to come as myself and continue to grow into myself. And then everybody around me will continue to grow and will continue to be whatever it is that I am being, and be able to grow more into themselves, because that's what I'm doing. So that was my biggest takeaway, and I'm going to popcorn Rachel.
All right, guys, so my personal biggest takeaway was will over everything. So basically, like, I'm actively building my team, and I'm finding myself like asking myself like why, and I want these things so bad for certain people, but I can only want it so much. But I understand that like they get to want it for themselves too, and just loving people for where they're at truly, and having patience with them, just because I remember where my mindset was at when I first started. So you can think that somebody on your team is going to be amazing because they have tremendous potential, but are they willing to learn? Are they willing to grow themselves? And if the answer is no, then honestly, you just get to move on. You get to get new, and you get to work with whoever's willing to learn and take in your coaching and to grow themselves and grow their business. So I am going to popcorn Amber.
Okay, so my biggest takeaway was to look for opportunities that lead you to growth, and at the end of the day, like sitting down and really asking yourself, what did I do today that pushed me to grow, and it gave me the opportunity to grow. And if you don't have like a list, you're not living in your purpose, and you're not living your day right. So just really taking that on for myself. And I'm gonna popcorn Adrian.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So my biggest takeaway, actually, KO hit on this. He hit on a lot of good things, but one thing that really stuck out to me was he said evolve or repeat. You know what I'm saying? So when he said that, it's like these Success Saturdays, these trainings, everything, it's all great. You know what I'm saying? You go, you feel fired up, but it's like, what are you going to take away from that training and apply? You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to get fired up when someone's sitting in front of you, you know what I'm saying, telling you this, and you're hearing a good message, but it's like, how are you going to take it and apply it to your business? You know what I'm saying? Because after you leave that room of energy, hype people, you know what I'm saying, you're back at home, it's just you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, what am I going to do now? Am I going to review these notes? Am I going to apply what am I going to do? What am I going to change? Because what you might be doing might not work. So it's just finding different ways of really trying to grow your business and just not being stagnant or comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So that was the biggest thing I got. I'm going to go ahead and popcorn Maria.
Okay, guys, so my biggest takeaway was the question, are you showing up for the team or for your team or the team? So like the entire Herbalife team, and also to already know like what you want and already know that you're going to get it because it's going to come. So, and also like if you want to grow your business, to stop trying to make money, like start trying to change people's lives and not look at the numbers, even though they do depend at the end of the day, but just start trying to change like people's lives. So yeah. All right, I'm going to popcorn Emily.
Hey guys, so my biggest takeaway was getting more familiar with your clients and making it more of a relationship rather than them just buying products from you. And I'm gonna popcorn Courtney.
Hey, what's up, guys? So my biggest takeaway was to master the funnel. Social media is a free platform for us to use, so just be authentic, be yourself, because people are gonna want to work for you because of who you are and not because who you're trying to be. So that's my biggest takeaway. I'm gonna popcorn Vaughn.
How you guys doing? Fortunately, I was not at the STS yesterday due to a wedding. But I can say this: my biggest takeaway. I had a long talk with Adrian today. Shout out to Adrian, man. Sometimes it's not about putting myself first. Sometimes I have to really put like my team first. Like meaning, what I mean about that is like, if I would have just went to that STS instead of just making other people happy, yeah, that was her biggest day. But like, I could have just went to the wedding and just probably missed the reception. And instead of just making other people happy, sometimes I have to put myself first. So now I have to take away from the bar. I have to step away from the bar just because of my actions of me missing the STS event. So now that take my distributors away because now my distributors wanted to work the bar, and I kind of felt bad about that. So that's my biggest takeaway. Is basically sometimes you have to put yourself first before you have to put other people's feelings first. You know what I mean? So that's my biggest takeaway. And I'm going to popcorn Alicia.
Hey guys, so I was in Arizona, so I wasn't able to be at the STS, but I was on Zoom. So my biggest takeaway was really just go back to the basics and use the tools that we have because our tools are so powerful. Meaning the chats, getting super clear on our DMOs and what that's going to be. So someone touched on it, mastering what you're going to do. So whether it's face-to-face inviting, using the clubs as the funnel or social media, and then it's really plugging in and getting our results. And if that's physical, then being consistent with that. Or if it's mental results, just like showing it off because we are a results-driven business. So those are my takeaways. I'm going to popcorn. Let's see, MK.
What's up, you guys? So my biggest takeaway was be a leader of leaders, not a leader of followers. So obviously this is our own personal business, but we are stepping into the best versions of ourselves. So when you're being a leader, it's not like you're being a leader to employees. Like we all get to step into that leadership and we all get to duplicate leaders. So that was my biggest takeaway. I am going to popcorn Mr. Carter.
Hi guys. So my biggest takeaway from yesterday was to make vision boards and set goals because it doesn't matter where you are, it only matters where you're going to be. And I'll popcorn Jared.
What's going on, guys? Shout out to Jacob, man, leading this call already. So doing the business, you're killing it, man. But my biggest takeaway from yesterday was definitely this business can be as easy or as hard as you make it. KO had me fired up, man, just watching his story and seeing basically there's about 10 million different ways you can go about this business, getting clients, getting products out. it's just how bad do you want to work? Like, how bad do you want it? Because if you want something bad enough, you're going to find a way to do it no matter what. And I am going to popcorn Ray.
It's good, you guys. So my biggest takeaway was same thing Adrian said. As far as like if once you do something, it's either like a lesson or it's you're gonna repeat it. I thought that was major, just because everybody has their lessons, and if you like go through something, you grow through something, but you don't take the notes within like the midst of the friction or the hard times, or like journaling it, then how are you gonna take the lessons from it? It's like you gotta learn after you write it down, write the things that you learn from it, and then the things that you're gonna apply and take on from it. So I thought that was major, and I thought it was major too that he was 20K press team and he still journaled and he still planned every single day. So it's like, why am I not doing that? You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, why wouldn't we all do that? If he's doing that, I know for a fact there's somebody that's above him that told him to do that. So it just trickles down through all of us doing the same exact thing. So it's just duplication. And I'm going popcorn. Let's see here. Deja.
Good job. Yesterday had me fired up, super fired up. KO was awesome. Biggest takeaway I really had was just like how he keeps it simple, and the duplication of his results. Like everybody on his team, if you guys looked at that picture he had, like everybody had fire results, killer abs. Like it's just duplication. So it makes me think like, okay, if I want to attract killer fire people in my business, I get to do that first, and it starts with me. So getting on my results, and like all of us sticking on our results, like we're health coaches, so we get to have fire results, and then our team will attract them to have fire results too. And I'm gonna popcorn Tutor.
Deja, girl, what's up with you? New Get team. I see you in the gym, man. You working? Don't worry about it. It's gonna come. A few things that I picked up. My main thing that I was gonna say was with Adrian and Ray. They were speaking about evolving and repeating. And then along with that, I took down a few things he said in detail, which was like sacrificing certain things, while also like not taking on other people's emotions too. Because like we take on a lot throughout our days with things we have going on that a lot of people don't really realize. And then like as leaders, we get to take on other people's emotions sometimes, but not really letting that affect what we're doing. So like, and then at the end of the day, just creating genuine connections with people, so you can kind of be transparent with that. Because if we're all moving, in the same direction, we can't be turning each other down. So really realizing like how to lead through not taking on others' emotions, and adapting to change. So like when I first started to the business, adapting to like the change for like growth, that was a major thing. So take notes on that, like realizing that when you're adapting this business, you're just first starting, like you get to change daily, you get to grow daily. There's new levels you get to hit, and there's new things you get to do through those levels. That was one thing I wanted to talk about yesterday. Like when I got the talk for Mill Team, was like every level there's something that you get to figure out to get to that next level, and with the team of people that you have, those weaknesses that you have individually, you're going to grow quality people around you. They're going to help you adapt to that type of stuff. So if you guys are looking to be leaders within this business and this organization, I would highly recommend you to tap into like being open and present to adapting to change. Because once you open yourself up for that, and like Ray said, once you get to journaling and you get to jotting down and really paying attention to the detailed stuff, even if you're not a detailed person, but just really journaling it, because then that'll help you be able to get it like more often. I wasn't a detailed person in the beginning, but like I always watch Ray take notes, so that helped me a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like I said last week, being able to go back into my old notes and reread some things, being able to adapt to changes was helped me out, and I want you guys to really focus on that. Let's see. Can you guys put one in the chat real quick if you guys didn't go yet?
Yeah, if you guys have not had an opportunity to speak yet, just so people know.
We'll go ahead and pick Brittany.
Hey, thanks, Hoot. My biggest takeaway was how KO actually introduced Jay to basically just letting us know, like, no matter where he was and how he showed up, what he was choosing and who he was consistently being. And so what that meant for me was basically like, if he was showing up to a party, like, he wasn't there to drink, he was there to have the intentional conversations and party. Now for me, that didn't stick with me for like showing up to a party, but it was like, what relationships are in my life or distractions are in my life that aren't aligned with what I want in the business, because so much of your energy, like, subconsciously goes to those things when it could be going within your business, which is propelling you like 1, 2, 3 times faster. And in this season right now that we're all in, whether you're literally like racing a senior consultant or you're going through cuts with your team, like, it's going to take all of that energy that's in the distraction to be focused on where it is that you want to go, especially for the longevity piece of it. So with that, I will popcorn golden.
Fire, so good. All right, you guys. So my biggest takeaway is like 4 of them, but it all wraps into one. So evolve or repeat. It's basically like learn the lesson, listen. And for me, it's not even only learn the lesson, but it's also listen to the advice. So there's so many leaders and there's so many people, sidelines, uplines, whatever it could be, telling us so much stuff. And sometimes we can let our inside, which is the majority of the time our ego, maybe we think like, oh, this person's trying to tell me what to do. But really, if a person takes the time to literally give you any advice, I guarantee you it's just to help shorten your learning curve so that you can reach a level faster. So it's like either evolve from where you are right now and step up and show out to your potential, because in this business, a person normally is not going to pour in certain things to you if they don't think that you could be operating at that level right now. Like, they're normally going to know, like, you know what, they're not ready for that yet. Let me wait. So it's like evolve or continue to repeat the same exact lifestyle that you're going through day by day by day and get so exhausted and burned out to where you're like, all right, finally, like, I guess I'll do it like this. And it's like, why choose that? Why not just like figure it out and go right to the next level? And a lot of times that ties into the life that we used to live and the people that we're used to being around, the people that are comfortable and it's easy. And it's like either choose to evolve from those people that you're constantly around so that you can lead them, or continue to stay at the same exact level as them and not really have any difference to show for them if you're wanting to bring them along on this journey with you. It's like if you want to continue to be the same person with them on the journey, they're going to be like, dude, you're doing the same thing I'm doing. It's like, you're not showing me what the better part of it is for choosing that path. So, and along with that is if you're choosing to evolve, are you choosing to take this business on like how you say you want it? Are you going to the events? Because KO said, if you want to make money, you go to the events. And yeah, this is fun. Herbalife helps you with your personal life and all that good stuff. It helps you become a better person. But at the end of the day, you can make some serious money by doing this business. So if you want to evolve, are you willing to go to the events and show up like a business and show up as your best self, willing, ready to learn, ready to take notes and to make the money? And then the last one that it ties into are people trust people who are willing to go alone. So if you're people that you want to bring along with you on this journey, or like your clients or anybody you're meeting, if you're not willing to go and to learn the stuff that is going to allow you to hold for them and to create the capacity and to evolve to that person, then they're not going to want to follow you. They're not going to want to go to the events. Kind of like what Kate said yesterday, like, are the people going to want to sign up with you, or are they going to want to sign up with me because they're going to see me at Extravaganza posting like crazy and showing like what it's done for my life? And that goes for your everyday Instagram show up as well if you're using that platform, or if you're going to the gym and like in person, whatever it may be, whoever's showing up in the best manner and really displaying who they're becoming and why it's really changing their life, like that's the show up. So people trust who is willing to go alone. So with or without anybody, with or without you, they know like this person is willing to go and do this and make this life change, whether or not I say yes. And so now I'm more into and more fired up to go with this person because they are somebody who's willing to lead the pack and create a path. And I know that they're going to create a path for me because they've already created a path for themselves. So evolve or repeat. All right, I'm going to popcorn Taylor, my sister. I had to do it, guys. I'm so thirsty.
Hello, everyone. So yesterday was my first event, and takeaways are crazy. Like, I don't even know where to start. But I guess I start with my first step, and that is personal development. So I'm going out, getting a journal, starting to wake up tomorrow, and just starting writing in my notebook what I'm grateful for, and kind of just doing some personal reflection on myself to kind of show everybody else that they can do it and show them that they can grow as well. So yeah, thanks for letting me join your family. And I am going to pick, sorry, I got to get up here. Courtney?
Hi, Taylor. Welcome to the family. I'm glad you finally joined us. My takeaways from the STS yesterday was definitely, I got a lot of like listening and stuff from KO, but it was more so like just watching him and how he said like go around people that are like higher up than you and watch them, like watch their every moves and stuff. So I was just watching how he talked and how he moved and the conversations and stuff and how he was saying, and he was like so authentic, like he was still himself. Like you could hear in his voice and like the grammar cues that he was still like the person he was like when he first started, but with so much more mind work that he got to do. And I was just like that really moved me, because it's like you don't have to be a perfect person. You don't have to like be the best speller, and you don't have to be rich or anything like that. You just have to be yourself, and you have to like offer something so like genuine and real, and be so confident in it. So that was like really big to me, especially when he said about like tea drop offs or like offering stuff in the barbershop and salons. He said, he didn't say, because that's another thing that hit me too, because like when I first started, like I know what the products have done for me, and I know like the people around me and stuff, and I know like I'm so confident in them. But then it's like when I walk into a place where it's like crazy to somebody else, it's like I feel a little like like it's like a hit in the stomach. But it's, I know I'm confident and stuff, so that's definitely something where he said that when he walks in there, he doesn't look like he's trying to like sell stuff, because honestly that pushes like 80% of people away when they just think like you want their that you want their money. So definitely when he said I'm not here to sell anything. I just want to raise awareness on a healthier, happier lives, and like just hoping that like people are open to it. So from now on, I'm gonna do that when I do like call for my tea drop offs. I'm just gonna say like, hey, like I'm offering like some free tea samples, just to bring awareness to like local businesses and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed that a lot, and I'm going to popcorn. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, Neil.
Cool. So I actually didn't make it. Really not an excuse for it. But if anything, my biggest takeaway from yesterday, going through certain things, it kind of got me emotional right now. I just really dealt with something yesterday that made me, it just sat with me that I care about my team. And damn, why am I don't never get emotional. Just coming home to my house got broken into. Money he got took for this nutrition club that I wanted to build out for the team. And it's like I didn't care about the money. I didn't, cause I know like the type of person I am, I'm gonna get it back. But it was just like being so close and being in a position to be able to finally, instead of just telling the team like, look, this is coming, just here, it's finally here. And just to like really have that strength, it wasn't even about me. It was just like, damn, like I felt for the team because I wanted to level them up so quick because of like all that they do for me now. And I don't know, I can't even talk right now. It's like I got so much to say. My heart is so heavy because like every individual that's on my team, like I just know from yesterday I truly care about, because like I look at this right here, like every day, bro. Like they're wide, and it's just like for them to trust in me and for me to be the person for them to continue to show up if they're not getting the sales, continue to do the reach outs, continue to go to the events and things aren't looking as bright. It just shows like they see something from me from my vision and for them to continue to ride with it, it's just like, that shit hit me so hard yesterday because we were so close. But it's just like, I get to go back to the drawing board. So I get to show them, like, shit happens and it's not always going to be the perfect journey. Like, how are you going to adapt when adversity hits? Are you going to be like, damn, like, I want to give up, like, shit sucks? Or are you going to look at it like, okay, well, I got individuals that look up to me and need me. So, like, it's no time to complain. It's time to get back to work. That's how I look at it, because I can sit here and bitch and moan, but I don't want that for them to see me that way. You know what I mean? I want them to see, like, damn, he went through, his houses got broken into. Next day, he's doing reach outs. Damn, his house is got broken into, but he's at Overland Nutrition opening it up by himself. So it's like, just showing them that shit happens for a reason, and it's just like, embrace it. Like, don't complain about it, because complaining about it is just gonna waste time you don't need to waste. You can do the reach outs and really impact other people's lives. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm not about to cry on here.
Real quick, Aaron, before you pass it to somebody else, and then I'm going to go ahead and give it to Jacob, and Jacob's going to transition us into our next section. I just want to tell you guys something that I was told in the beginning, is that when good things are getting ready to come to you, a lot of tests are going to come to you. So as opposed to sometimes we're like, oh, this is happening, I can't do this, I can't do that. Like Aaron says, it's like, continue through it and show up and lean forward into it. Because the moment you lean forward into it, you're basically saying, I'm ready. And then you're going to receive what is for you for the next level. Now, if you lean backwards, it's like the same thing. You're basically going to lean back from your blessing at the same time. So it's like nothing's going to come super pretty, clean, crystal clear. Like, that's going to be a test every single time. Just like you may hear stories about how we found out we were expecting before extravaganza. And there's a story on here from every single person that you may look up to that I guarantee you they went through some shit, excuse my language, but they decided to lean forward. So take that on heavy and understand that when something goes on heavy in your life, you're not the first person who ever went through it. Somebody has been through it before, and they're doing Herbalife, and they're succeeding in it, and they're showing other people that they can too. Use your testimony to share to other people. And honestly, this is kind of funny, but something I always used to say when I was little is when like weird, bad stuff would happen, I would just say, this is just going to be a part of my Eat True Hollywood story, like just so it can be like interesting. Because without all of that crazy stuff, your story is so... sorry, but kind of boring. So just really lean into it, like document it, figure out how you're feeling, and just write this stuff down and keep showing up. So now I'm going to pass it up to Jacob, and Jacob is going to transition us.
Thank you, Golden. I mean, wow, that was all really incredible. So I hope we all kind of just absorbed all of that. Transitioning into the next part, Taylor's going to take it away and talk to us about the importance of DAP and how crucial that is. I mean, honestly, to pick up your pens. I want all of you to grab a notebook. I want all of you to take notes, because without, her, without all of this, I wouldn't have been able to hit supervisor in 13 days. I wouldn't have been in the spot where I am right now. So I want all of you to really pay attention and soak all of this in, because without her right here, like, I would not be where I am. So, she told me from the start, Jacob, you got to be coachable, you got to be teachable, you got to be trainable. And I have stuck true to that thus far. So I'm going to pass it to Taylor, and she's going to take away this next section.
Hi guys, sorry, my computer died. Good thing we were together. So really, I'm just taking what like Ray and Golden have showed me, and I'm like, in the beginning, I was like, this is so hard. Like, I can't get distributors, and I can't convert them to, get them to supervisor, until I started focusing on DAP, which is just 500 volume points. And anybody can do that. So if you set your people up successfully, which is create a 100 persons list, get a result on the product, like it literally just like flies them to supervisor, because they're constantly focusing on 500. And then once they hit the 500, they're like, oh my God, I just gave myself a 10% raise. And honestly, like in this company, you constantly are like leveling up and giving yourself a raise. So by hitting DAP, that's 500 volume points 3 months in a row. So Herbalife is always rewarding us with something. So you get to choose from a really dope gym bag, $75 cash, or I'm pretty sure it's like a blender. And that's just for promoting yourself, doing the work, inspiring people to get amazing results. And that's exactly like how I set up Jacob. I'm like, create a 100-persons list. This is your circle of influence, like anybody that you know that needs energy, needs to get healthier, like with overall nutrition, lose weight, whatever that may be, because the business isn't for everybody, but the products are 110% for sure for everybody out there. And then just really touching on like utilizing the funnel. So like I utilize obviously the nutrition club that I opened, and I'm like really blessed to say like that Ray and Golden really fed me the belief that I can have a successful nutrition club and like operate it and create this amazing space for people, because I'm only 21 years old. So when people hear like, hey, I'm like the owner, like me and Lindsay own Jackson Nutrition, they're like, wait, you're only 21. And then it like literally like lights a light bulb in their head. Like, this business is for anybody. You just have to be coachable, teachable, and trainable and do the work and whatever it takes. Like, so there's like a lot of limiting beliefs that, you know, you get to work through at every level. It might be supervisor, senior consultant, whatever it is, but just know that we're all on this journey together and like we're here for one another. So I obviously utilize Jackson Nutrition a lot with growing my team and attracting them to, you know, work behind the bar and create the lifestyle of their dreams. But another thing for me is hustle and heart. And honestly, like hustle and heart is like the glue that kept me around the community. So it's an all women's empowering challenge. So like before Herbalife, I was 219 pounds. So I've lost 70 pounds on the products. And on my Instagram, like you can see me posting pictures of like whenever I was a party girl, whenever I was like lost and just like really running from the way that I was like feeling. And hustle and heart really allowed me like to peel back the layers and open up and like really like come face to face with what I was going through. And like just really like, I don't know, it's like, it's the beautiful thing about like the whole transformation is like truly like the mind. Because like I'm like not the person that I was 2 or 3 years ago. And it's just crazy to see how I evolved over the years and how I continue to like evolve into more. So I really utilize hustle and heart, and I just kind of like share my story that I was in a relationship that wasn't serving me, which led me to drinking and eating really bad. And I just literally got flipped over and kind of like built myself back up with getting on my fitness results with Herbalife products. And then hustle and heart really was like the I am worthy, like I am enough, like talking to myself completely different. And I share that with my clients because honestly, a lot of my clients, like I attract who I was like 3 years ago, like staying in that relationship that wasn't serving them, lowering their standards, like saying that you're fat or you're ugly. I'm like, no, like stop, like you're not, like I promise you. And really just like being there for like as a person. Anybody that walks through the door, like whether they're your clients or somebody in a different organization's clients, like I love on them for whatever they're going through. Because for me, I'm not like, okay, how can I make this sale? Like, how can I convert them to be a distributor? Or how can I get them as a client? Like, I'm genuinely just there. And then they feel like your family. So then it comes to, hey, I really want to get started on the results. And then, you know, that opens up a conversation of, you know, follow up, like who have you talked to about Herbalife? Have you ever heard about it? And all of that. So I utilize those two things, and then I always tie it back into the club. So if you're not an owner of a nutrition club, there's a club by you, or you can have a shake party and just like get the products in their mouth. Because once they taste the tea or the shake, their life's going to be changed because our nutrition is actually good. It's tasty and it's just like fun. Like the club is like a fun atmosphere. This is like my playground. Like I get to like be as crazy and loud as I freaking want. And whenever I was working at Wahlburgers, a lot of you don't know this, but people would be like, you're just too happy for me. Like, you just have to go. And I'm like, okay, wait, I didn't know this was a bad thing. Like, this is just who I am. And like, honestly, at 7 a.m., if I want to freaking salsa by myself behind the bar, like I can do that. I can be who I am. And I encourage and empower everybody to be whoever they are whenever they come through these doors. And I love them for whatever they're going through. Okay, sorry, I went kind of long on that. But, so yeah, I utilize those two clubs really big. Trying to get something like a Train Tuesday here, because I know at West Park, which is the club that I used to come from, was huge. Like, stranger would be bringing strangers, and they would get free combos, and it would just get to be like a killer freaking workout, and like they'd really get surrounded by the community. So I'm trying to create something like that here, but with yoga, just because now I'm kind of like more into yoga than like HIIT workouts, and it's totally okay. But okay, well, I'm out of breath. So for me right now, I just wanted to touch on this because looking at the numbers, I was like really surprised. So my volume right now is at 8,818. And for those of you who don't follow me on social media, I was in Florida for a week, and I've honestly probably worked the club maybe 7 days. So that's literally my people going through DAP, hitting supervisor, getting clients, all of that stuff like on the side. So I'm really creating like the freedom for myself and like working my business with preferred members. And the cool thing about preferred members is I don't have to have like that long conversation of, okay, now you order Formula One, and then you do it this way, and then you do it that way, because they already are familiar with the website, what they need to order, and they can order their whole products whatever time it is. So like I can be sleeping, taking a nap, or flying on an airplane, and I could still be making that profit. So the way that I explained the preferred membership is it's this amazing opportunity for you to get a discount on the products. So you start with a 20% discount, it grows to 40%, and it's only a one-time investment of the $40. So usually I set my people up with a tea, aloe, 2 Formula Ones, and a PDM. So by ordering all those products, which is a month's supply, you actually save close to or even about $40 on that order. So they make their investment right off the bat. And then I also just touch on, you get to try some of the amazing products because they get some samples of Liftoffs or Total Control and Cellulose. So then it kind of opens the conversation up to is, yes, we're energizing teas and like healthy shakes, but we also do like skincare lines or tablets, which is like the cellular nutrition. And whenever I got started, I actually started on tea, shakes, and tabs. So I was like really blessed to know that there was something else out there. And setting up the preferred member is like super easy. You can make a slide, or Golden actually created this slide where it has your distributor ID and then the first 3 letters of your last name. And then we have steps where you just go on My Herbalife, join the team, and become a preferred member. But I always encourage like my distributors to PM whenever they're at supervisor so they make a profit. And then I always try to retail first. So I see if they're serious about it before I give them like that initial discount, because this is a business. And then they're like, oh, wow, like I'm in the VIP membership. So it just sounds really cool, and that they're a part of like the family and something bigger. So new clients, how many of us on this call have had new clients this month? Like if everybody got a new client, post a 1. This could be like 1 client, 2 clients, or whatever. So we hear this saying all the time is like new solves all. So like if we're so stuck on, okay, like Jacob, if he didn't order like this upcoming month, and I'd be like, oh my God, Jacob, why aren't you ordering? Like literally obsessing because he didn't order, versus me going out, getting a new circle of influence, getting a new client. Like I could have like 4 new clients by the time I was trying to convince Jacob to do another order for teas and shakes. So it's like, honestly, just get new clients. So this month I have 6 new clients, and I'm hoping to get 2 more. With that, I'm also like getting new distributors. So having that conversation, and that is a new client too. So like you're exposing them to the opportunity, but I'm always getting them started on a 30-day result, because I know my 30-day result is something that got me to supervisor. I wasn't like talking about the business. I wasn't building my team. I was just straight offering them like a lifestyle change, because that's all I really wanted. And so my before and after is really amazing. I'm going to call on some of us to just really touch on the importance of preferring members and what it has done for their business. So let me call on Mary Kate and just share like a quick 30 seconds of what preferred members does for your business.
So something really cool with preferred members is, oh, sorry, pen's jabbing me. When you get them signed up and, you know, like Taylor said, sign up for the VIP program, when they get that bag of goodies in the mail that they haven't tried those products yet, I think that's huge, because once they start trying them, they might fall in love with the Liftoff, or they might fall in love with the Total Control. But then what they'll do, and what we're starting to see, is that they'll go on Herbalife, their website, and constantly be looking at products, reading over products, and you don't have to say, hey, here's the Perlessa that you get to order, recommending a cart. They just get to go on and do it themselves, and that's just really cool. And definitely, it's always cool logging onto my Herbalife and seeing that, so-and-so placed another order, and it just goes to show you that they're comfortable with going on their site and ordering.
Yeah, that's really good. So then you can just like have them browse and like figure out that we have a skincare line. So that's really what I like about the preferred members. And also it's not like having the conversation of, oh, you have to go to this website and order. They get their own website for them to browse and, show their family what they're up to. So that is how you get through DAP. And I just want to recognize everybody that did DAP, because this is really building the foundation of your business, and it's just getting 5 to 7 clients every single month and retaining and getting new. So I need to get a little bit better with my whole schedule as far as following up, but I always follow up with my clients one day out of the week, no matter what. And it's just really just making it super personal, checking in on them, checking in on their life, not just straight up bringing up, oh, hey, how are you doing with your shakes and teas? Are you almost out? It's me asking hey, how is your daughter's recital? Or hey, how is that stressful meeting? I know you've been working 3 jobs, and planting that seed that they can do this business too, and let go of one of the jobs if it's not serving them, but they have to focus on getting the results. And then it just kind of turns into how have you been feeling as far as energy wise, and then it kind of opens up, oh hey, by the way, I'm almost out of my tea. And then I can recommend a different tea special to make out of a pitcher in the fridge or whatever that may be. So that's just really how I do my follow-ups. And like I said, it's 1 week no matter what, because I know if somebody wasn't holding me accountable, or if we didn't have the accountability chats, I would have definitely just gave up on myself and quit. So I just try to be that person and be that cheerleader, because life is hard and stuff happens. You're going to fall off, but you're going to get back up. And that's really how you retain your clients. So I am going to actually pass it on to Miguel. I actually got to meet him for the first time yesterday. Him and his beautiful girlfriend do the business. And I'm not sure if they're from Canton or works from Canton, but the gym that I go to, they know you, Miguel, so you must be doing something right. So I'm going to pass it to you, and you can close us out.
All right, guys. So I'm going to hit you with some next steps here. But first, I want to say something that I got from Taylor talking here. I didn't realize the importance and how preferred members simplifies, makes it so simple for them to have their own website, and just like MK said, go on it and look at everything instead of us having to recommend the cart and explain everything to them. And then that gives them the freedom and the comfortability to go on there and just order without even coming to us. And then you get that email on your phone and your face lights up because you just got a new order up. Also, the significance of building the team. Like Taylor said, she was on vacation for a week, worked in the club for 7 days. Her volume is over 8,000 because of her team. And I'm sure because of Jacob killing it in 2 weeks. So some next steps to take your business to the next level. We got a couple events coming up. Here's some dates. July 13th, we have soup training from 5:30 to 6:30 at West Park Nutrition. I'm not a soup yet, but I will be within the next 24 hours. And I want you guys to know that from listening to everybody speak, listening to Golden, listening to Ray, listening to Aaron, this soup training is going to be phenomenal. If you want to go next level and you don't want to just hit soup and stay there for a year because you didn't make your cut, we want to be at this soup training. It's only an hour long. Show up. We also have nutrition club training that day from 6:30 to 9 p.m. For me and my business, I know that I want to open a nutrition club as soon as possible. Everyone sees the success that comes from it. MK and Jared, Taylor, Ray and Golden, literally everybody. I want you guys to put a 1 in the chat if you've ever been to the nutrition club workshop. Okay. See, can we get Ray to talk a little bit more about it and how it benefited you and your success thus far?
So the workshops, wow, that brings back so many memories. That's wild. So actually my very first one was at Clean Nutrition, before West Park used to be Blended got started. And it's such a, it doesn't just help you like work in the club. For me, it helped me like expand out of my box of feeling comfortable to talk to people. Like if you're like that, like you don't feel comfortable like saying hi to people in the gym or complimenting people in the gym or whatever that may be, I'm telling you, these workshops, because of the open arm, everybody feels it at the STS, but the open armness of it, and it's like no judgment, it's just love. It's like, it's no problem, bro. We all started there. Jay's an alien, but like most of us, we started where we, aren't perfect speakers. So that's like my biggest thing for it. And what it's done for us, our business. I mean, look at MK and Jared. Like Baby Harper is literally gonna be okay. Like that's incredible. Like, so like that's really what it's done for us. Geo, like that's what it's doing for everyone in the business. Aria, like everyone is, it's just taking care of a lot of families, and that's what it's all about.
All right, so you heard it first from Ray on how big and how significant this training is and how it's going to transform you and take you to that next level that you need. The pre-sale for that goes until July 6th. The pre-sale for that goes until July 6th. It's $10 with your extravaganza ticket, $20 without, and then it's $30 after that pre-sale is over. And that brings me to extravaganza. So I'm going. We were all at the nutrition club training. Everyone stood up when they bought their ticket. You need to be there. I have literally heard about extravaganza since before I ever showed up to that Project Clee that made me start. Like I knew what extravaganza was before I came into that room. Like imagine the energy that we all have at STS and at Project Clee. Like Caitlin said, like everyone says, like that's what, a few hundred people? Imagine a Super Bowl stadium full of everyone with the same energy, with better stories, with Prez team on the floor. Like KO said, every year he went, he got closer and closer to that floor because he wanted to be on it. And then he realized there was another rope, but he still kept coming back. Not only go, but bring people with you. And yeah, like that, I guess that brings us to a close here. I'm going to give it back to Golden, or who am I giving it back to? Jacob, or am I done? I'm done? All right.
Mute, Miguel.
So everyone come off mute, and everybody's.
Peace out, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.